Hey friends, it's Dr. Sherry here with another episode of Off the Couch. Thanks so much for joining me today. For those of you who don't know me, I am Dr. Sherry, and what I do is I coach, speak, and write to women specifically because I have a passion for them to help them create thriving thought worlds. That's a practice and an endeavor of my own. And so that's what I do. Who I am is really a developer of people and a learner. And so everything I learn, I want to bring to you, and all of the insights that I have, I want to bring to you. And that brings me to what today's video is about. I asked you a question in the title of this video. Is there room for you and me? Or is there enough room for you and for me? So when you sign in, I'm going to ask you a question. If you, by the way, if you watch this live, please engage with me. Please let me know you're here by answering the questions I ask you. And two, if you're watching the replay, go ahead and play along because I can respond to your comments later and we can engage that way. So today's message is really for my sisters in business. And when I say business, that is broad strokes, right? It means you have set forth to do something. Maybe you're a hairdresser like my friend, or a hairstylist, I don't even know what the right term is, like my friend Jennifer who owns her own salon. Maybe you're an author or a writer like some of my friends who I've met through this amazing group called Hope Writers, by the way. Maybe you're a coach like me. Maybe you are a speaker who looks to go after speaking engagements. Maybe you own your own business. Whatever your business is, this message is for you, okay? There's no business too small or too big for you to find the information here pertinent to you and relevant and encouraging, by the way. Okay, so is there enough room for you and me? Is there enough room for me? I'll take myself as an example. Is there enough room for me? I'll use the coaching piece of what I do. So is there enough room for me as a coach and you, if you're a coach, and all of the other coaches that are on the planet? And let me tell you, there's a lot, right? I'm not going to answer that question just yet because I'm going to ask you this question. Do you believe in your business, in whatever business you find yourself, do you believe that there is enough room for you and your competitors? Okay, so think about whatever industry you're in. Is there enough room for you and your competitors? All right, that's a critical question I want you to answer for yourself, because your answer to that question really determines your mindset, how you think about what you have to offer in that space of business or in that industry that you're in, okay? So again, I'll go back and use myself as a coach and a writer. Do I believe that there is enough room for me as a coach and other coaches, right? And I might say blanketly yes, right? Because there's a lot of coaches who coach on a lot of different things. They coach on business, they coach on confidence, they coach on relationships or marriages, right? There's a lot of different coaches. Well, that doesn't apply to me because I speak to women. Well, guess what? There's a lot of other women coaches, right, that coach women. So I have to ask myself, is there enough room for me and for them? And my answer is a resounding yes. And I hope that your answer is also a resounding yes, because we're gonna tie this in with exactly how you think about yourself and what you have to offer the world, right, in whatever industry you find yourself. So this leads me to another question. Do you even believe there is such a thing as competition? I mean, I have to ask the question because when I think about competition, I think about a race, or I think about us like trying to outdo somebody else. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm not trying to outdo anybody. I'm trying to be me. I'm trying to give my gifts to the world, to give what I believe I've been gifted with in the way that I've been gifted to deliver them. That's what I want to do. That's where my focus is. And you see, when that happens, when I take that perspective that what I have to offer has value, that what I have to say matters either through coaching or writing, when I take that perspective, what everybody else is doing, how they're doing it, it really doesn't even play into the equation, right? And I think that's where, as women, we get it wrong. We think about competition. We think about competition in our industry, and then we start to compare ourselves to other people. Well, this person is doing it this way, and so I've got to outdo them. I've got to do it better. Or this person seems to have a lot of exposure on social media, so that seems to be the right way to do things. This woman looks like, wow, she does a lot of great videos, or wow, they've got a great blog post, right? They've got a great following. I should do what they are doing. So here's what happens. When we really believe that we have competition, that means that we're doubting ourselves. That means that we don't believe what we have to offer is unique. It means certainly that we're not focused on who we are. It means that we're focused on who we're not, right? So we look at other women in our industry and we're like, oh my goodness, I wish I was like them. I wish I had the outcomes that they have, right? And that is such a dangerous place to be, because again, it takes our focus off of who we are, off of the gifts that we have to offer, and onto the gifts that somebody else has to offer. And here's the great news. When we focus on competing with ourselves, outdoing ourselves, delivering our best self to people, guess what we have the opportunity to then do? We have the opportunity to say, wow, this table is so huge. Everybody, there's room for everyone to pull up a seat. And there's room for all of us to champion one another, to encourage one another, to say, yeah, you go, girl. That's your lane. That's your niche. That's your gift. And I love to see you doing that. One of my very close friends is also a coach and a speaker. But you guys, I'm not competing with her, and I get to champion her, and I'll advertise for her, not because I doubt myself, but because I value her. And I know that she has a specific gift to offer. She has a specific lane or vehicle that she does that in, right? That is unique to her. I don't need to compare myself to her, right? There is enough room for all of us at the table. And here's the other thing, you guys, when you really start to focus on who you are and what you have to offer and the uniqueness of that, then you start to realize that your message, your product, your service isn't for everyone, right? It's for a very specific person. It's for a very specific type of person. So then you can focus on who that is, and that's when you become more successful, and that boosts your confidence, right? But again, you are determining your actions based on your evaluation of who you are and what you have to offer and who needs what you have to offer. You're not basing your decisions and your actions based on what somebody over here is doing and what they have to offer and what their people are looking for, right? Because when you do that, then you start to do things that are inauthentic. And guess what happens then? One, it doesn't feel right. It's not very fulfilling, right? You're not going to be happy. And people are going to be able to tell. So look, this is my encouragement to you ladies today. I've been particularly thinking about this with social media. You know, a lot of us in writing and in coaching in particular can think that we just need to blow up the social media scene, that we need to be these major influencers and we need to do everything that's the hottest trend to do. And let me tell you, it is great and necessary for you to keep up with industry trends, for you to keep up with the technology, for you to keep up with the direction of where the platforms are that are going to reach the people that you need to reach. That's good. What's not good is for you to not focus on who you are and what you have to deliver and how you deliver that in the unique way that is you, right? When you stop focusing on that and then you move over and you look at other people and you go, I'm going to do what they do. That is the wrong answer, sisters. I want you to do you, be you in the best way you know how to do that. And that's where your fulfillment comes from. And that's where your authenticity is going to shine. People are going to notice that. People are going to be attracted to that. They're going to be magnetized by that. They're not going to be magnetized by mimicry of another person in your industry because you think that's how it should be done. So if you think video is a good way to reach people, but man, oh man, you just want nothing to do with it, don't go there, right? It's not about overcoming weaknesses or overcoming challenges. If that doesn't fit right with you, don't do it. Similarly, for you writers, you want to write. Maybe writing your platform in writing is maybe in your social media threads. Maybe it's not a blog. Maybe it's not a website, but maybe it is. But whatever you feel compelled to do, what feels natural to you, what feels right to you, that authenticity and that congruency of your belief in that as a fit with you is going to bleed out into those people that you want to help and serve. So I hope this has encouraged you all today. Go out and be the amazing you that you were created to be, and don't try to be anybody else. I love you all. I'll see you next Tuesday right here on Off the Couch with Dr. Sherry, where I'm shifting perspectives and speaking life to you so that you can have a thriving thought world and a thriving life. We'll see you next time, friends.